Okay, so what we've done so far, let's review. Because it's multiplying, it's implying multiplying when they're written right next to each other. We multiplied our numbers. What do you do when you multiply with your exponents? You add. Okay, that's all we've done so far. Now you have to ask yourself, is this in scientific notation?
No.
No, because scientific notation, you can only have one digit in front of the decimal. That is a digit either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. It has to be less than 10, 1 or bigger. It can be 1 and bigger. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay, so this is not less than 10, so I need to move this over. Okay, so I made that 10 into a 1, right? Is that making that number bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Smaller, right? I went from 10 to 1. So if I made this number smaller, I have to balance it out, and I have to make this number bigger. Okay? Now, if I'm only moving it once, then I add 1. If I moved it twice, I'd have to add how many? 2, okay? So then a -6 plus 1 is -5. Now that's in scientific notation, and we're good to go. Let's try another one. We're just gonna go down the column. So number 3, take that 2.32 times that 4 in your calculator.
9.28.
9.28, love it. What do I do with my exponents if I'm multiplying? Add them. What's a -6 plus a -5? -11. Ask yourself, is this in scientific notation? Yeah, this one's good to go. We're done. Okay, keep with me. 7.1 times 6.7. 47.57. Love it. What do I do with my exponents? Add. What's -5 plus -6? -11. Is that in scientific notation? No. Okay, so I got to move this decimal. So it went from 47 to 4.7. Did that make it smaller or bigger? Smaller, so I have to even it out. It's like a balancing act. If this one gets smaller, this one has to get bigger, so I have to add 1 over here. What is -11 plus 1? -10. Okay, feeling really confident with the multiplication, so they switch it, right? What is this operation here if it has this bar? Division. So now we're going to do the same process, but we're going to divide. I'm going to take that 7.1, divide it by the 8.2. A really long decimal number, right? So 0.8658. Don't have to write the whole thing. Just write a few of them, okay? If I am dividing, what do I do with my exponents? Subtract. What's 6 minus 1? 5. Is this in scientific notation? No, because there's not a number 1 through 9 in front of that decimal. So I got to move this one over. So this number I made what? Bigger. So I have to make this one smaller. So I have to subtract 1. So 10 to the 4th. Now everyone says, well, how do I know how far to go? How do I round? Okay, so what I'm looking for when we're correcting these, I don't care how many you have. What I'm going to look for is the number in front of the decimal and the exponent. Okay, so your rounding and my rounding might be different. Don't care, because then I know you know the process if the number in front of the decimal is correct and the exponent's correct. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, let's keep going. Take 4 and divide it by that 3.63. 1.10-ish. Okay, now don't forget you're subtracting. 4 minus a -4.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 right? So it turns into a big what?
8.
Plus. So 4 plus 4 is 8. Is that in scientific notation?
Yes.
Yeah, that one's good to go. Okay.
I get it.
Yep, but it'll change in a minute. Let's try 8.42 divided by 5. That one works out nice, 1.684-ish. Subtract your exponents,
That's a 1.
would be to the 1. Okay, so scientific notation is the only time that it's okay to have negative exponents, and it's okay to have 0 exponents, okay? So scientific notation is the only time that we let that happen. Okay, let's look at 13. Now it's switched again, right? This is getting raised to that power. Okay, so literally, let's do the same process. We're going to raise this 8.9 to that fourth power. So put 8.9. And remember to raise it. It's that little like half triangle caret button to the fourth. It's going to get a big number. You're going to get 6,274-ish. Okay, I'm going to stop after that. Okay. Now remember, when I have a power raised to a power, what do I do with my exponents? Multiply. What is 5 times 4? 20. Is that in scientific notation? No, my decimal's way back here. So I need to move it. Not there yet. Not there yet. Not there yet. So I moved it 3 times, right? So I have 6.274. I made this one smaller, so I have to make this one bigger. So I have to add 3 over here. So I have times 10 to the 23rd. Okay, so you should be able to get this done in class.